Hey folks, it's Blue here at Blue Bears Games, and for this week's videos, I will be unboxing and then upgrading the Bloomburrow Peace Offering Commander precon. Before I get to today's video, I want to first take a moment to ask for your help in supporting my channel. The easiest and cheapest ways to show your support are by liking my videos, subscribing to the channel if you haven't yet, sharing any of my content on your socials, and or by watching some of my many other videos that I've created over the years. Additionally, you can support the channel by purchasing Super Thanks, channel memberships, decks that you may have seen on the channel directly from me on the Blue Bears Games Facebook page, and or visiting our sponsor, Arcane Fortress, by using the link that just popped up at the top of your screen and purchasing any of their amazing gaming supplies from them. By using that link specifically, you should receive a 5% discount store-wide. And finally, the last thing you can possibly do to help the channel out is through donations of extra cards that you may have just lying around. Even your bulkiest of bulk will help immensely, so if you'd like to donate to the channel, please message me on the Blue Bears Games Facebook page or email me at bluebearsgames@gmail.com and we can discuss the logistics of how. Anything you can do to help support my small channel is greatly appreciated, and I thank you for it. Now with that out of the way, let's begin. This video will be the unboxing of the precon, where I'll show you everything that comes in the box, including the deck in its entirety. And then tomorrow I will release an upgrade guide that should help make the deck either more fun to play a little better, or hopefully both. This deck's color identity is blue, white, and green, also known as Bant, and uses ms.bumbleflower as the commander. According to the front of the box, this is supposed to be a group hug deck with a +1/+1 counter theme, so let's see what Ms. Bumbleflower does to facilitate these two themes. Ms. Bumbleflower is 1 blue, 1 white, 1 green, and 1 generic mana to cast for a 1/5 legendary rabbit citizen with vigilance and an ability that says whenever you cast a spell, target opponent draws a card. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, it gains flying until end of turn. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, you draw 2 cards. So first things first, I have to admit that Group Hug is probably the one theme I hate playing more than any other. It requires a lot of politics and making deals, and even after all of that, you still might not be able to win the game. I mean, the whole point of the theme is to give your opponents various advantages that they can use to beat you with. I get that some people like this playstyle, and that's fine, I just don't like it personally. Looking at Ms. Bumbleflower, it appears that she gives card advantage to a chosen opponent in exchange for beefing up one of your creatures for casting a spell, which honestly seems pretty steep. I've often stated that one of the most powerful things you can do in this game is draw cards, and you're just giving it away here. The way that Ms. Bumbleflower offsets this huge advantage that you're giving away is by allowing you to draw 2 cards if you cast 2 spells in a turn, but no more and no less. I assume that you're supposed to put the counters onto Ms. Bumbleflower and win with commander damage like a Voltron build, but that's just a guess. Since this ability is not restricted to working on just your turn, I'm also going to assume that there should be a healthy amount of instants and or creatures with flash in this deck so you can keep your hand full at all times. Of course, this is all just speculation and assumptions. The only way to find out for sure is to just rip this bad boy open and show you what's in the box.
Alright, let's get this party started. Here is what the box looks like on the outside. It says Peace Offering, and its description is Group Hug, +1/+1 counters. And I'm not really a big fan of Group Hug decks because they're just really difficult to navigate as far as politics go, but we'll see what everything is. And on the back it shows a picture of Ms. Bumbleflower, and it actually has a bigger picture finally. They've actually taken it from that little thing that I don't know who could read it to at least somewhat readable. So let's open it up. Alright. So, we've got this again. These little inserts with the really bad cutouts with 6 counters on the back again, with 3 of them being +1/+1, and then, you know, a Planeswalker. I guess that's a flying token. I don't know what that is. Maybe a shield token. They're still very thin and flimsy, and these really still don't do anything. We have an insert. Has Ms. Bumbleflower on one side, a little bit about it. Remember, these can be done as posters. If you want it just to be the poster, you put that side there, and then you hang it up. On the other side, we have another picture of Ms. Bumbleflower, a little bit about playing the deck, and the extra commander rules. I've said this a couple of times now. I'm sure you're tired of hearing me repeat it, but I use these as dividers, so you don't have to really just throw them away. Most people do, though. Alright, and then we've got the box. Let's assemble it. and see what it looks like. This one's a little damaged, it's a little bent up. No big deal, though. They're not that great of boxes. I mean, they're just flimsy cardboard. Okay, so the three colors of the deck, green, white, and blue. Planeswalker symbol on both sides. A picture of Ms. Bumbleflower on the back side of it, and then, of course, it says Magic the Gathering on top. Then we have Collector's Booster Sample Pack and the deck. So let's zoom a little bit. And then we'll open up the sample pack. And then we'll get to the deck. Still had not really gotten a whole lot of good out of these sample packs. A couple of hits here and there, but nothing too spectacular. For this one, we start with Essence Channeler. This is an extended art. And then a foil Lupin Flower Village. Not really sure of any of the prices for this set, especially on the Collector's Booster Sample Pack, but I will have it up there so you can see. Don't think it did very well. But we're not here for that. We are here for the deck, so let's rip this bad boy open, if I can. Oh, they went back to the really bad rip cords on these things. Alright, let's split it in half. And then we will take a look at all the cards. So I've already gone over what Ms. Bumbleflower does, so we'll skip that one and go to the secondary commander, which is Mr. Foxglove. This is a blue, a white, a green, and 2 generic for a 3/5 legendary creature Fox Rogue with lifelink, and whenever Mr. Foxglove attacks, draw cards equal to the number of cards in defending player's hand minus the number of cards in your hand. And if you didn't draw cards this way, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. So that's a little different. That's actually, they don't really correlate with each other very well. They have very different strategies there. Something that was new for the Bloomburrow Commander decks was that they added an additional Planeswalker foil with the treatment of them in the Bloomburrow universe. So for this one, we get Tamiyo Field Researcher. And I think that's I guess that's a rabbit. I don't know what creature that is. But this is a reprint. But all the decks will have this treatment for a Planeswalker. And then the rest of the deck. We're going to start off with Tenuous Truce. This is a 2-cast enchantment aura. You enchant an opponent. And it says, at the beginning of enchanted opponent's end step, you and that player each draw a card. When you attack enchanted opponent or a Planeswalker that they control, or when they attack you or a Planeswalker you control, you sacrifice Tenuous Truce. Lauren of the Third Path. This is a reprint. This is like the 4th or 5th time I've seen this reprinted in a Commander precon. Steelbur Champion. This is a 3-cast 1/1 mouse soldier with Offspring, and the Offspring cost is 2. It has Vigilance, and then whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Tempt with Bunnies, a 3-cast sorcery with Tempting Offer. It says, draw a card and create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token. Then each opponent may also draw a card and create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token. And then for each opponent who does this, you draw a card and you create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token. Perch Protection. This is a 6-cast instant that allows you to gift an extra turn, so you can give somebody an extra turn. And then you create 4 2/2 blue bird creature tokens with flying. And if the gift was promised, all permanents that you control phase out, and until your next turn, your life can't change, and you gain protection from everything, and then you must exile Perch Protection. Sunscorch Regent. This is a reprint. So is Promise of Loyalty. Reprint Hoofprints of Stag, Mangara the Diplomat, Realm Cloaked Giant, Sphinx of Enlightenment. I believe this is a reprint, but I'm going to read it because I don't recognize which one this would be. This is a 6-cast 5/5 Sphinx with flying, and when Sphinx of Enlightenment enters, target opponent draws a card, and you draw 3 cards. Forgotten Ancient. This is a new picture, I believe, for this, but this is a reprint. Bloodroot Apothecary. This is a 3-cast 3/3 Squirrel Druid with Toxic 2. And then when it enters, you and target opponent each create a treasure token. and then whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-creature token, that player gets 2 poison counters, which is kind of odd considering I don't think there's a lot of poison in this deck. Communal Brewing. This is a 3 cast enchantment that when it enters, any number of target opponents each draw a card, and then put an ingredient counter on Communal Brewing, then put an ingredient counter on it for each card you've drawn this way. Whenever you cast a creature spell, that creature enters with X additional +1/+1 counters, where X is the number of ingredient counters on Communal Brewing. So it will make your creatures bigger. Mana Gorger Hydra, that is a reprint. So is Rishkar Pina Renegade. Rites of Flourishing, that looks like a new picture, but that is a reprint. Tempt with Discovery, that's a good reprint. Colonian Hydra. Feyburrow Elder, a lot of reprints here. Simic Ascendancy for a WinCon. Girapur Orrery, nice little reprint. Psychosis Crawler. Adhikar Wastes. Temple of Enlightenment, boo. Seachrome Coast, so some budget duels. Glacial Fortress. Hinterland Harbor. Razor Verge Thicket. Flooded Grove. Exotic Orchard, with a new picture. Skyclad Expanse. Canopy Vista. Prairie Stream. Brushland. Temple of Mystery. Yavimaya Coast. Overflowing Basin. Sungrass Prairie. Sun Petal Grove, a lot of reprints there. Triskaidekaphile, so a WinCon. Chasm Skulker. Octomancer, this looks new. This is a 5 to cast 3/3 where you can gift an octopus, and then at the beginning of each end step, create a token that's a copy of target creature token that entered the battlefield this turn. 20-Toed Toad, this is a new card. This is a WinCon card. This is a 4 to cast 3/3 Frog Wizard that says your maximum hand size is 20, and then whenever you attack with 2 or more creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on 20-Toed Toad, and draw a card. Whenever 20-Toed Toad attacks, you win the game if there are 20 or more counters on it, or you have 20 or more cards in your hand. So a WinCon, like I said. Intellectual Offering. This is a 5 to cast instant that you choose an opponent. You and that player each draw 3 cards. Then you also choose an opponent. Untap all non-land permanents you control and all non-land permanents that player controls. Illusionist Gambit. That is a reprint. Body of Knowledge. Reprint. Perplexing Test. That is a reprint. Joel Royale. I'm not going to attempt to say the middle part of it. Recluse. This is a reprint. Fisher's Talent. This is a 4 to cast enchantment class, and it has 3 levels. The first level is at the beginning of your upkeep. Look at the top card of your library. You may reveal it if it is a land card. Create a 1/1 blue fish creature token if you revealed it this way, then draw a card. Level 2 costs 2, a green and a blue, and says if you would create a fish token, create a 3/3 blue shark creature token instead. And then the third level costs 4 to get to, and it says if you would create a shark token, create an 8/8 blue octopus creature token instead. Then we have Selvala Explorer Returned. I believe this is also a reprint. So that's the first half of the deck. On to the back half. Quain, this is a reprint. Not going to try to say the middle name there either. Coveted Jewel, that's a reprint. Temple of Plenty, we know that's a reprint. Generous Gift with a new picture with a different elephant on it. Swords to Plowshares. Secret Rendezvous. Baird, Steward of Argive. An Offer You Can't Refuse. A new pictured wizard class, I love it. Love that. Cultivate for some ramp. Farseek. Broken Wings. Spore Frog. Wear Down. Peerless Recycling. Coiling Oracle. Riot Control. Martial Impetus. Jolly Gerbils. Long Rivers Pool. Thought Vessel. Arcane Signet. Swiftfoot Boots. Felwar Stone, Soul Ring, Mind Stone, Thriving Heath, Thriving Isle, Evolving Wilds, Thriving Grove, Terramorphic Expanse, a new pictured command tower, a reliquary tower, apparently there's a lot of card draw going on here, Seaside Citadel, and then the basics. So we've got plains, islands, and forests, and then we've got some tokens to show you. We've got Elephant, Steel Burr Champion, Rabbit, Treasure, Rabbit, Bird, Elemental, Poison Counter. Still weird because I didn't see anything other than that one card. And then we got more rabbits, cat, shark, fish, cat, octopus, squid, and squid.
And that, folks, is what comes in the Bloomburrow Peace Offering Commander precon. Well, not a lot of instants, and not a single permanent in the deck had flash. How the hell are you supposed to cast 2 spells on each player's turn without those? I'm not sure what WotC was thinking, but this isn't exactly a great way to do group hug. Sure, you'll want to give opponents things to make you feel like an ally, but normally you'll want to give them things that can easily be dealt with later. Things like small token creatures or life are good examples, but cards? Giving them cards just means they get to play their strategy way more easily. Maybe I'm just used to Feldergriff being the standard for a group hug commander. The other thing that has me a little perplexed is the inclusion of 3 separate I win cards. Typically, group hug likes to use the opponents attacking each other while you make yourself an asset to the others as the win con, but the I win cards make you a target. If you play one of these I win cards, all of your opponents will simply just turn to eliminate you and go back to playing normally. It just seems out of place. I get it, the point of the game is to win, but I just don't see that being possible with this deck as is. That leaves me in a bind for the upgrade guide. Honestly, I have no clue how to fix it off the top of my head. As of right now, I just don't think it's possible, but I'll damn sure give it a try, so be sure to join me tomorrow for that. Well, folks, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, but if you're looking for more Magic-related content to watch, please go browse through my channel and take a look at some of my many other videos. Before you leave, though, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, so you can be notified when I release new content, which is every Friday, sometimes on Saturdays, and now occasionally on Mondays. Have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow.